Welcome to CGS Outdoors Podcast, Season 1, Episode 2. And today's episode is sponsored by John Fitch Distilling, distillers of traditional and creative New England spirits. And what better way to enjoy a nice summertime beverage is with a Joe's Pond Gin and Tonic. So today's episode, man, we're going to be talking about some fishing and talking about some springtime fishing, some summertime fishing, and talking about a little bit of our tactics and stuff. And we're actually switched up today. We're not in my man cave. We're in the professor's man cave with a candle burning, bro. What's with that candle right there?
Well, I want to capture the spirit of Cabela's.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah, so that will, just like the fudge or the
It does.
coffee or, eventually that will waft over here and we'll become hungry. And that's why I bought the pizza upstairs.
Okay, well, I do like the smell down here. It does smell like it actually smells like when you walk into Cabela's and you walk towards that section over there, the house section.
Yeah,
it
it's
does.
my favorite.
It does smell like that. But to get things started, let me just, so let's get right into some fishing stuff.
Yeah,
man.
no, I was going to say it's the perfect time of year because it's early April, right? So it's definitely time to start talking about fishing. It's that time of season.
Definitely that time of season. I notice it's that time of season when there's no ice on the river anymore. It's raining almost every other day.
Yeah, the grass is green finally.
Yeah, finally green. This time of year, I'm the guy, if you listen to our deer camp, I'm the guy who's ahead of the schedule, and Mike's the last minute, which isn't true with this. We're both kind of ahead of the schedule.
Yeah.
But we're actually organizing things now, getting it ready, right?
Yeah, because, we have a trip coming up in June, right? So I've been pre-buying some gear.
Nice, nice. And then today I brought over some gear for your kayak, so that'll be fun for the summertime.
Yeah, I can't wait. I got a fish finder like Adam over here, so
What is the Garmin VPX something or other?
Yeah, it's the Vivid.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yep.
the screen is straight up and down.
Yep.
What do they call that? Vertical instead of horizontal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a lot better. It has a split screen. And if I'm not mistaken, that Garmin Vivid, it actually, you can split the screen and then you can actually program it to actually check water levels every foot.
Oh,
As you go, you can actually program it so you can see. So we do a lot of bass fishing out of our kayaks. The good thing about bass fishing out of a kayak with a fish finder is you're able to find those levels and
Yep.
then the structures under the water.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's awesome. I've done some fishing with an older style fish finder, and I had a Lowrance. And
Oh,
it was
did you?
Basically, yeah, it's like $120. It tells you water temperature, it tells you the depth, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and it has an easy to read thing where it actually shows you the actual fish in the water. So it picks up stuff like actually and just shows you a fish.
Oh,
It doesn't
that's
show
cool.
you like a blip or anything.
No,
it just shows you
hey.
a fish. Super simple, right?
Right. When trying to find fish, if I'm trout fishing on the river there, I do use worms, and then I'll switch over to spinning baits.
With the blue fox thing, is that what
Yep.
you're talking about?
Yeah, and then I'll switch over to start using some bass lures. So I'll use some top waters and
We know. Everyone out there is probably like, you can't use bass lures on trout fishing. But honestly,
I'll beg to differ.
yeah, we have proof, and that we do beg to differ because we'll get into some of this stuff later. But you did pull out one of the biggest fish out of the Farmington River at night.
Yeah, using a tap water.
Yeah, the bass popper on the
Yep.
tap water. Why don't you? You know what? Why don't you tell that story, because that was an amazing story.
Yeah, I mean, we can get into that. It was late at night. We walked in around twilight. I wasn't catching anything on worms. And must have been like four of us in a row fishing, and we're in our hot spot. So I reached into I have a bag of goodies, or a little tackle box of goodies I have in my waders. And it has all sorts of things in there. Flies, wet flies, dry flies. It has some topwater bait. And then it's got some spinning lures and maybe a couple other tricks in there.
I think it's got the blue fox in there, ladies and
It
gentlemen.
definitely does. So I think I went to Baby Squatch. I'm like, hey, watch this. I tied on my popper, which I've gotten pretty good success on a striped bass in the Connecticut River on, and then also some lily pads. I caught some nice fish off it, some nice bass. So
Let's just clear up what this popper is. It's got like a tiger stripe down the side.
yeah, it's a frog with
Yeah.
with a spin with a propeller on the back.
And it actually starts off with like pink and goes from pink to orange to yellow.
Yep.
And it has a little bit of green in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's green on the top. Even with worms, how to try to Texas rig it versus
Right.
all the different types of riggings you can do for your
I
rubber
use
worms.
I use the CGS outdoor rigging method.
What's that? Can-
That's just, you just throw it on there, tie the hook on, and chuck it out. That's
I'm
the
watching-
CGS Outdoors.
You're totally opposite because I'm up watching YouTube videos on how to tie a rubber worm, and you're
just-
like, woo,
I'm just throwing that thing out there and chucking it. I basically stick I start off at you take the hook, right?
Where do you start, in the middle or on the top?
I start on the top.
Okay.
I go halfway through. I just poke it out.
So you're not even down in the middle.
I just throw it on
So
there.
there's a worm, there's a hook
just-
mark where you're supposed to be with your hook come out. You're not there.
I'm like almost there. And then I just let it rip. So let's just get this wrapped up, man. I just want to thank all our listeners, all our podcast people.
Yeah, thanks everyone for the support.
Yeah.
Surprising, giving two guys like us just talking about out the outdoors. But
Right. We got more stuff coming, man. We have
Yeah.
a couple phone-in interviews maybe.
Yeah.
And we're gonna bring on a special guest. If you check out our Facebook, he was on there.
Oh, was he?
This Sunday, he was on there.
Huh, I gotta look at it.
Yeah, he was on there and he was sending some freedom down range. So check him, check out our Facebook page and of course check out our YouTube page.
Yeah, the Facebook is CGS Outdoors.
Correct. Same as the
YouTube.
Facebook and YouTube are the same.
Same, CGS Outdoors.
Correct. And podcasts. And thanks to all the people in all those different states for checking us out. West Coast, Gulf Coast.
And we're gonna be
East Coast.
available on Apple soon, right?
Yeah, as soon as we figure out the Apple ID thing, we're going to go on there.
Yep.
So we're on Spotify right now if you're picking us up. And we appreciate all the people listening. And then we also appreciate our sponsors, John Fish Distilling. Also, I want to give a shout out to John Fish Distilling because they're coming out with some really cool stuff lately. They're coming out with a cool Father's Day type of thing where it's going to be, you're going to get 3 bottles of 5th Star whiskey, which is a clear whiskey.
Okay,
Okay. And then they're going to give you a small oak barrel.
that's cool.
So you put the whiskey in the barrel
No kidding.
and then let it ferment.
Age,
Yeah,
right.
age in the barrel.
Wow.
So it'll get different stuff. And I think you might get a notebook with that, so you can take a little bit out of the barrel,
Yeah,
give it a little sippy,
and then
and
write
then
down
like, okay, wait, it's not ready yet.
your poetic thoughts.
Yeah, perfect. Hey,
Yeah.
all the guys out there listening, tell them you want to get that from John Fish Distilling. East Coast Print and Stitch, give a shout out to those guys because they're the ones who did our CGS Outdoor sweatshirts.
Which are awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
I love mine.
It is cool because they are water resistant.
Yeah, it's been raining the last couple of days. I've been wearing it.
Nice,
Bone dry.
right? Bone dry. Also, they also do everything from concept to creation, from screen printing to embroidery now.
Wow,
Yeah, they've
good.
upped their game big time.
that's cool.
Yeah, they do a really
And
good
they're
job.
local.
And they are local for us, but they do online everything.
Cool.
Yeah. So thanks again for listening. It's the professor on the other end of this thing, and you know me, Cubby. We appreciate everything that you guys do. Thanks for listening. Thanks for checking us out, and keep
Yeah.
in touch with us on Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah, and wait for more podcasts to come out.
Exactly. We got some more stuff in the works, especially all you new puppy owners out there. We're going to have something for you.
Definitely.
All right, guys. See you later.
See ya.